Hello people, this is me Nikita and we are here today to discuss the causes of the hair fall. So before finding the solution and deciding what products do you use on the hair and all of that, first we have to understand that what is the cause of the hair fall so that we can just figure out that. So once we diagnose, we can find out the solution to our problem. So now before discussing all of that, we will first understand that what is this hair made up of, what is this black substance that is growing in our body, where do they come from, and everything about hair. So if you see the 95% composition of this hair, it is keratin. Yes, 95% of hair is made up of keratin. Also there are some amino acids present in the hair, so this is all protein basically, right? Have you ever just really wondered that why do women never go bald? Yes, the answer to this is very simple. It is all in the genes. Like I'll tell you how. So you know that there are 23 pair of chromosomes, out of which 22 are autosomes and the remaining one pair is of the sex chromosome. Now in males we have this X and Y chromosome, and in the females we have 2X chromosome, that is X and X, so 2X chromosomes. Now out of both of them, the X one, it is the dominant one and the Y is recessive. Now if you see in the females, the one gene that is inherited from the dad, that is X, and from the mother is X, so there are 2X, because of which both of them are dominant. So even though there is a gene of baldness present on the X chromosome, but both of them are dominant, which is why women never go bald. Now in males, the gene of the baldness, it is there already on the X chromosome, and from dad you are taking that Y chromosome. Now there is no any other gene that could save this X chromosome. Because of this, men go bald. This is a simple answer to this. Now this is what the modern science says. What about Ayurveda? It says exactly opposite of this. Hair, it is called as kesha, kunchala, chikura. So all of the soft organs that we have in our body, those are inherited from our mother, and all the hard organs like bones and teeth and all of these, they are inherited from our dad. So if you want the reference to this, it is in Charaka Sharir Sthan. You can check it out. From this you can understand that hair, it is paternal. So it is mentioned in Charak that what sort of hair would you consider that it is a healthy hair. So the features of the healthy hair are given. Those are, first it is, I'll tell you the meaning of these terms. So the first one, that is ekekaja, which means that every single hair should be separated from the another one. Like they should not be stuck together or anything. They should just be separate away from each other. The another thing is they should be soft to touch, and they should be less in quantity. Yes, they should be less in quantity. Then they should be shiny. Hair follicles, they should be strong, and the color of the hair should be black. This is how healthy hair look like. Also according to the Prakruti, that is Vata, Pitta and Kapha, you can see different hair types. So in Vata Prakruti, the hair are comparatively rough and they are also brittle. In Pitta Prakruti, the hair are soft, they are less in number, and also they tend to get more white in a very early age, and also there is so much of hair fall. In Kapha Prakruti, the hair are comparatively dense, they are strong, they are shiny. So these are the features according to the Prakruti. Now where do this kesha come from? So it is said that kesha is the mala, or you can call it a waste product of this asti dhatu. Asti means bones. Now you can consider that there are two chances of this hair fall. So first is either the asti dhatu that is produced very properly, so the waste generated is in less amount, so because of which the hair are not dense, or you might have hair fall and all of that, certain kind of problems. Now the second thing you can consider is asti dhatu. There is a term used is called as asti kshaya, because of which there is also kesha kshaya or hair fall, you can say. So if the asti dhatu is not produced properly, how will the waste product that is generated from the asti dhatu will be produced properly? It won't be, right? So that is also one of the reasons that you can consider. So if you are a male and if you are a bald person and if you have a good body type, you can understand from this that you could be having strong bones. So if you have certain accident or something, the chances of fracture are comparatively less as compared to the ones who are having strong and thick hair but the bones tend to be very weak. All of these factors are inside the body, but the hair, they are outside the body. So there are very basic things, very basic mistakes that we do in our day-to-day life which could just cause so many of the problems. So what are those? We'll talk them out. So what sort of water you are using for your hair, that is also very important. Like, you should not be using hot water or you should not be using cold water at all. Only lukewarm water should be used while washing the hair. Now why? So if you use hot water, the hair will obviously get weak because heat is not good for hair at all. And the second thing is, you might also damage your eyes. So hot water is a big no. Now why not cold water? So if you have cold shower, because of that you might have the chances of sinusitis, you might have sinus infection, or you might have rhinitis, that is cold. So you might suffer from these problems. So it's better to not use extreme hot, extreme cold, just lukewarm water. The another thing to be considered is dandruff. So because of dandruff there is hair fall. Now in the boys, in the teenage, there is this massive hair fall happening. Like, it is seen very regularly, like when they are in that 10th or 12th standard, or when they are just passing out from that 12th standard, and then they have this hair fall problem. It's all of this sudden and they are not knowing why it is. So the main reason for this is masturbation. Because of that also there is hair fall. Another important thing is, you should avoid brushing your hair when they are wet, because when they are wet they tend to break more and they tend to fall more. But you don't have any other option and you have to go out like with your wet hair. So the best thing you can do is use that comb with the white teeth. So because of that you might have less hair fall, or you can just dry them out quickly. So that is also one of the option available. Another important thing that is just not considered and just not thought is the regular trimming of the hair. So trimming the hair is very important. Now why is that important? So if you're not trimming your hair, they will have the split ends, right? So the split ends, they tend to break very easily and the entire hair from the hair follicle will just grow very weak. So that could also lead to hair fall. So you should trim your hair regularly to just get rid of the split ends. Brush your hair very gently, because these are very delicate part. This is a very delicate part, so they will just come out very easily. If you just take out one hair and if you see the hair follicle, it is extremely small, so just handle them very softly. Now you know that there is blood circulation all over the body, so obviously it is there here also. So if the blood circulation is not proper and if the nutrition is not properly reached to the hair through the hair follicles, so because of that also they will get weak and they will fall. So you have to keep in mind that the blood circulation is proper. Now to keep this circulation proper, you can just massage your scalp very gently. Because of that also the circulation will increase. Then another thing that everybody does is just continuously touching your hair, continuously. So avoid touching your hair all the time, like this and all of that. Just avoid it completely. Why? Because that will just increase the tension and the pressure in your hair, and so they will come off easily. Most talked factor for hair fall is the stress. Yes, stress also leads to hair fall. Then the thing is hormonal imbalance. So if you're having PCOS, or because of aging, or in the menopause, there is this hair fall seen. So it is very basic that hormonal imbalance causes hair fall. So just figure out what is it happening due to. Again, one important thing seen is the ladies who are on their birth control pills, and all of the sudden they will just stop taking the pills. Because of that, what happens is there is sudden this hormonal imbalance, and because of that hair fall is seen. Then if you are receiving chemotherapy or any other kind of radiation on your even head region or on the neck region, because of that also hair fall is seen. Then one important thing again is just pulling your hair. Like if you're angry or something, you just do that kind of thing to your hair. So that also leads to hair fall. I know this is very basic, but this has to be considered. In the thyroid problems, very important, like in thyroid diseases also there is so much of hair fall. Then you can see you should be using very soft towel for your hair, like not the rough towels, because and just you don't rub them like on each other. That will just create so much of friction in them, and that will break the hair easily. So you don't do that. So the option for this is you could be using that microfiber wrap that comes in the market. So that is very good for the hair. This you just wrap and keep them. That will just soak all the water and all, and you won't have hair fall. Again, important thing to be considered is if you are a traveler and if you are just traveling so much, so the climate changes. Sometimes it is so hot and humid, sometimes it is so cold. So all these temperature factors also cause hair fall. So the best thing you can do is just use the cap. That will prevent. Again, people talk about applying oil on their hair. So it is good to apply oil on your hair, because applying oil will just make your hair very stronger and thicker and more shiny. So this thing has to be considered, that you just don't over oil your hair, because if you over oil your hair, that will cause bacteria, that will cause dandruff, and dandruff will cause hair fall. So over applying of the oil on the head should just be avoided. So these are the basic reasons why people do have hair fall. If you found any of the cause that I've mentioned that you are also doing, so make sure that you stop it or find any other alternative to this and reduce your hair fall. So the treatment and the solution to this problem, we will be discussing it in another video. Till then, you just like, comment, share, subscribe.